In order to improve the battery life on POCO M8 Pro, what you can do is you can simply open settings on your phone. Then over here, we're gonna scroll down until you find the battery. And the first thing that you can do is you can simply go to battery checkup. And then in here, you can get a summary of things that are, for example, running in the background, but also some settings that can be adjusted, toggled, for example, turned off or on in order to improve the battery life. And here you can find the high power consumption section, so these are pretty much the most important things that you can do to improve the battery life. But also we have some suggestions that you can implement if you want to. You don't really have to agree to them. You can of course always uncheck them or just not select them, because some of them are probably quite annoying to use, like for example the 60 Hz refresh rate. Obviously it's going to use less battery. I mean, the phone will use less battery if you use 60 Hz, but it is not really very pleasing to use the phone with only 60 Hz, especially if you have 120 available on your phone. So in that case, of course, you can decide which of these options you want to use and which ones you don't want to use. And you may notice that if you take a look at the additional time that you can get, it is not really that much. But if we keep adding everything, then suddenly it becomes a lot. So yeah, so individually it doesn't matter that much, but collectively it actually adds up even like a couple of hours. So this is something that you can consider. Besides that, if you are in a situation where you desperately need to keep the battery alive before you can charge it again, I can recommend you using the battery saver or even the ultra battery saver. Right now I have 90% of the battery, so you can see how much time I can get on ultra battery saver. But this is of course just like a really for really critical situations, and you probably don't really have to, or probably don't even want to use these savers all the time. And of course, if you use the performance mode instead, then the battery will be drained much quicker. Of course, you can get a better performance out of your device if you get the performance mode, as the name suggests, but as a drawback, the battery will be drained quicker. And also, something that I have to mention is the battery protection. And I can recommend you using at least one of these charging protections. I mean, you can only use one anyway, but you can choose between battery protection and smart charging, and I can recommend you using one of these two. And essentially, these options can limit battery charging to 80% in order to keep the battery in a healthy state for much longer time than usually. This is why charging protection is important, because they can actually help you keep the battery in a healthy condition for a longer time. And the 80% is not without a reason, and it is because most of the batteries, if not all of these batteries that we have on newer smartphones, are built in a way that 80% is like the perfect spot for them, or the perfect maximum spot, if I can say it like that. This also is a suggestion that you should charge your phone only to 80% whenever you can, because it is just optimal for the battery. And if you are wondering when you should start charging, then the answer is 20%. So if you have battery between 20 and 80%, it is just perfect. If you drop to 20%, it is a perfect time to start charging, and if you charge to 80%, it is a perfect time to stop charging. Of course, these limitations can be annoying to use on a daily basis, because essentially you give up 20% of your phone, of the battery of the phone, to keep it in a healthy state. And you probably don't have to always use them, and you can just switch to charge fully option now and then. But yeah, it is just something that is recommended. And over here we also have additional features that you might want to take a look at, in order to, for example, clear cache when the device is locked, which can be a little bit helpful. We also have the 5G battery saver and the cold endurance mode, which might be useful in certain countries, I believe, where it's just cold at some point. We can also see the battery usage over here, so you can see which apps use the most battery. You can of course limit the battery usage over here. You can toggle battery saver for certain apps, or you can just try to completely restrict background apps, so the app is not running in the background at all. Of course, it has some negatives for certain apps. For example, if you use it for like messaging apps, then you might not be able to receive messages or you will not be notified about new messages. And of course, something that also we can do is just go to display and brightness, and these display settings also have an impact on the battery life, and most of these options are actually available in the battery settings in the battery checkup, so you probably don't really need to go over here. But if you want to manually adjust it, then of course you can do so. You can also go to personalization in order to find always on display or always on display notifications. And of course these features are great, but also they use battery quite a bit, so you can turn them off if you don't really need them. Things like, for example, animated wallpaper also have a significant impact on the battery, so you might want to give up on animated wallpaper if you have one, of course. And also, if we go to location settings in here, and then go to location services, you can find Wi-Fi and Bluetooth scanning, and you can actually turn these two options off, and they can actually help you improve the battery at least a little bit. They don't have to be enabled all the time, and you can turn them off, and whenever any app requires you to use these scanning options, then the phone will let you know about it, and you can just turn them on, usually quite quickly by just tapping on like an option that is provided to you straight away. And naturally, I also have to mention things like Wi-Fi, mobile data, Bluetooth, NFC, and so on and so forth, because I believe that most of the time we have them enabled all the time. So you might want to, for example, turn off Bluetooth whenever you don't need it. Actually, if you don't have any Bluetooth device connected to your phone, then there is no need to use Bluetooth. Or if you don't use QuickShare at a given moment, there is no need to have it enabled all the time, so you can turn it off and save the battery. The same can be said about Wi-Fi and mobile data. In situation where you don't use one or the other, you can just turn it off and turn it back on whenever you need to. And that is pretty much it. I believe this is everything that we can do, or at least most of the things that we can do in order to improve the battery life on our phone. Leave a like and subscribe.